Okay, this is a little confusing, but I'm going to give it the good old college try. The electric power to the house is above grade. The electric power coming to the house has a nice drip loop, but then we get here at the bottom of our roof penetration, and we've got our jacket, our boot. It's been cut open and it's been amateurishly sealed with a sealant. And we come down, and the electric meter should be sealed on 3 sides. We should have a main disconnect, a main principal outside of the structure. Turn off all the power to the house in case of an emergency. We don't have that. We've only got 1 grounding rod, and instead of 2 within 6 feet of each other. And that grounding rod is not properly buried. It's supposed to be buried 8 feet, not 7 foot 6 inches. So this is a second panel. I'm not sure exactly how it gets to here because we've got, okay, these are undersized wires, okay, cables coming to this panel to supply power to it. And this is carrying power off. So this goes inside the house somewhere. And we got white hots, and these are for air conditioning units, it looks like. Back AC, front AC, house, whatever. That's what it looks like. I hope there's 60 amps. This is the main for this box, and it's been melting down. Okay, this whole box has been overheating. And then come over here on the individual condensing units, the individual circuits. These are all overheating too. You know, so this box is experiencing excessive heat. It doesn't have a main, it's got a 100 amp main. We're pulling off the air conditioners at both times, 60 amps off of, So we come over here. This was the original panel. This is called bundling. Okay. These big circles are for this. We don't know where it's going to be. So we put these big circles, these big knockouts, and wherever the panel fits, we can get wires into it. And then getting wires out of it, that's why we have all these little circles. All these, no more than 2 cables coming in at a time. And then, I'm assuming that this goes back through the meter box, but we've double lugged the main L1 and L2 to come out here and feed this box 100 amps. So, oh, and because this box is being backfed, it doesn't have a main principal. And that can be a dangerous situation. You see that little hole right there? There's supposed to be a screw in there holding that in place. They're usually on the bottom left-hand side. There usually should be a notice saying this is the main principal for this box. You know, it should have been identified, it should have been secured, and probably should have been located at a different location. So there's lots of things going on with both of these cabinets. Coming in here, we got our double lugging. We got white hots again. We got white hots. The cabinet was secured with drywall screws. Okay, so drywall screws are fast. I get it. Quick, I get that. But they snap and they break. They're not secure like, you know, a nail would have more shear force. A deck screw would have more shear force. And we got more than 1/8 of an inch gap right here. See this cabinet cover, okay, which is not properly labeled. This cabinet cover is supposed to fit flush to this box. So if this melts down, if this big old hairy mess melts down, it's contained inside the cabinet. As it is, this cabinet cover fits on the wall around here. So you've got this gap going right in here, right into your wall. If this cabinet melts down, there's nothing keeping the fire inside of it. There's nothing to keep the fire out of the walls. And so it goes into the walls, and goes up the ceilings, goes, you know, you've got a bad day. Now, the manufacturer thinks this should be double lugged. Double notation. That's what the manufacturer says. And this is back AC, and we got back AC over here too. How many amps is that one? Well, that one's 40 amps. Let's find out what's going on. Let's find out what's going on. What is this powering? What are we doing? What's happening here? Nobody can tell. Nobody can tell. So the manufacturer thinks that this should not only be filled out, that filled out twice. Now the manufacturer, the International Residential Code, and the National Electrical Code have always maintained, I didn't make this up, that all this information on both of these cabinets should have been printed, not handwriting, printed, where it says Eaton right there. See where it says danger right there? That's printing. See where it says UL listed? That's printing. This is handwriting. It should be printed and durable and complete so that anybody can read it and figure out what's going on. Also, our bonding location should be labeled inside of here. Electrical bonding location. I think it's over here on the water heater. And if it's not, I don't know where it is. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, so there's probably some bonding here. But who can tell? Who knows? You know? A savvy electrician would come up and, think about that a little bit. Might be able to get you closer to it. I might find it inside, underneath the laundry lavatory, for example, or on the laundry connections. I don't know where I might find it. I don't have a clue where it could be. So what did we learn? We learned that our weather mask jacket is cut up, so we've got some water issues. Our meter and this second panel are not sealed on 3 sides. Our second panel, how can this be double fed? This must be going to another panel. I don't understand it. These cables are too slow. I honestly don't understand. And since they're primary, they should have rubber covers on there, non-conductive, neoprene, cardboard covers on them. They should be labeled. They shouldn't be scorched up and overheated. They shouldn't be that. We should have different screws. A cabinet should have been mounted flush to the wall. Again, we got white hots. We've got bundling, and we've got improper labeling. So we really, everything here is a guess for me, to be honest.